Okay, we're recording. What's up, YouTube? I'm Lo,
And I'm Emma.
and this
And
is Oh
Good
You
Girl.
Good Girl
On the internet.
Let's discuss. Let's go with greedy. You
Okay.
picked this one. I'm gonna introduce it. Okay, we're talking about greedy notes from a bisexual who wants too much. Released in 2022 by Jen Winston, pronounced she they. Emma, how did this book come to you? And why'd you pick it?
I don't know. I don't remember how this book came to me. I have an app that I use to track books, and whenever people give me recommendations, either personally or I see them on like people I follow or accounts I follow, stuff, then I'll add it to my to read list, and then I don't remember where it came from. So I cannot remember, but I picked it because I'm bisexual and I love reading books about people kind of figuring that out about themselves and their journey through it, kind of the ups and downs. And it sounded good and funny and relatable. So I was like, let's do it. Let's read it.
Cool. I mean, you were there when you were like, let's read this book. And I was like, no way, like, I know Jen Winston. I guess backstory, when I was using Instagram at the time, I actually started following Jen Winston. I didn't even know their name then. It was Girl Power Supply, something like, I mean, you know, like post-Trump era, all these people started selling feminist pins and stuff. So they were one of those. They mentioned it in the book, but it was so funny to like see it reflected on the page. And then she changed her handle. I'll alternate she, they, those are okay. And then I was like, okay, this is Jen Winston. And then they came out as bi, and I was like, oh, okay. I mean, by the time they came out as bi, it's so interesting because to them it's a huge deal. But by that time, like, you know, I had friends who had come out to me as bi, and I was just like, oh, whatever, you know, like swipe like on my Instagram. But it's interesting to see it reflected on the page and in the way that she writes her basically a coming of age through her sexuality. It was awesome. It was an awesome book. Like, I really enjoyed reading it. It reminded me, if you're into those, of a book I read last summer, Girls Can Kiss Now. I don't know if you've heard of it.
I've read it, I think.
She's lesbian. Okay, not the same thing, but but still same idea. They have kind of like the same similar socioeconomic background, you know.
I read that in January.
No way. Oh, okay. So I really like both of their tones, like just really witty. It's just like,
yeah,
here are my problems. I'm a white suburban girl, you know. I like the self-humoring or self-deprecation, I guess.
Yeah. It was very funny too.
Yeah,
like it was laugh out loud funny at times. But.
Yeah. The way that the book kind of progresses, obviously it's through Jen's I guess finding out their sexuality or I guess coming into it or owning it. And the first part of dating men was so cringe. I was like, please, I cannot take another essay about a date with a man. Like, I cannot take it anymore. Just like, make it stop. I was like, I didn't have the physical book, and I was going through the chapter titles, and I'm like, please, like, where is it gonna, like, where is the gay stuff?
Where are the women?
Just like, stop it. It was funny to like even myself have this I guess reaction to the content, because I was like, wow, this is really awful. Like, some of these men in the book, Jesus Christ, it's like the bar is subterranean, as people say on the
bar is in hell.
Yeah, I loved reading it. It was really fun. It was easy.
Yeah, it was very, very easy to read. It was very just like, I don't know, just it's funny, but it's heartfelt, and there's like struggles and stuff too. Like it wasn't all just like surface level stuff. I found myself relating to a lot of it. Like it was just, it was such an enjoyable book, and it's not that long.
Yeah, it's not long. It's 200 something, 200
Yeah.
and something. I really loved. Obviously, the book is great, but some in personal narrative, I always take like the takeaway. There's something that I just take away more than other things, but I really loved her reflection on how sexual misconduct or assault is. She really like spent a significant amount of time in her reflection of the gray area of sexual misconduct. In reflecting on, you probably remember that scene when she was literally in like a middle grade or early high school in the tub with her friend, and she made out with her other friend, like basically for the male gaze. And I was like, yeah. And she was reflecting, I was like, yeah, that is misconduct. Like it was, he was manipulating the situation, whether he realized it or not. And I thought it was so interesting. And I love the arc where it was post-Trump era, and she was like, I'm a feminist now, but then she basically got assaulted by this date guy, and she was going through the options of like, how do I react? Obviously, like them, I identify mostly as a woman, and I was like, yeah, like what would I have done in this situation? Like she was so personal about it. She was just like, this is what happened. I didn't really know what to do, it's just like very honest.
Yeah.
It reminded me of Channel Miller, obviously completely different situation, but Channel Miller and Know My Name, you've read this book as well, where it's like when you're, quote, it's not always the best term, but quote, the victim, it's like you don't actually know what to do. Like you're just confused, and it's just like, what the fuck happened to me? Yeah, this is one of our book girl approved, but it was a really good book. And especially because it was easy. It was just kind of like, haha, but also like, kind of like squirmy. But, and I love the end. I remember when they started dating Brinley in pandemic, because I was on Instagram at the time. I love the Brinley chapter. It was very cute. And in the acknowledgement, I'm pretty sure they mentioned that little house that they rented in Vermont for the writing retreat. And I told you when you chose the book, I was like, I remember she was writing in this like weird ass place in Vermont. The like Airbnb looked like a mushroom. Yeah, it was a really fun book.
Yeah, book girls approved for sure.
Yeah, book girls approved. I'm curious if they will write more, but I'm into it. It was really good.
Yeah.
It's hard to have a good debut, but it was good.
Yeah. And that's a wrap.
That's a wrap. So
what is our outro again?
Huh?
What is our outro again?
It's thanks for watching. If you like our videos,
please like and subscribe.
No, please subscribe.
Please subscribe. Wait, I'm gonna ask for likes up there. Okay.
Well, this is a better outro.
Please subscribe.